Ninja Gaiden 4. As expected, the Gamescom 2025 opening ceremony included the reveal of one of the most anticipated action games, Ninja Gaiden 4. Team Ninja and Platinum Games showcased a new gameplay trailer, packed with fast-paced combat and fresh story details. The trailer revealed previously unseen gameplay footage, fully in line with the series' spirit. Players can expect incredibly fast and brutal battles, demanding maximum concentration and skill. Judging by the footage, Ninja Gaiden 4 is shaping up to be one of the best action games of the decade. Alongside gameplay, the trailer also shed light on the story, revealing new details about the adventures of the two main characters, Yakumo and the legendary Ryu Hayabusa. The game's release date was already announced in June at Summer Game Fest, with no delays in sight. Ninja Gaiden 4 will release on October 21, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS. Silent Hill F. At Gamescom, a new trailer for Silent Hill F once again plunged viewers into its suffocating psychological horror atmosphere. The trailer begins with a young girl regaining consciousness in a dark room. As she escapes, she finds herself in an overgrown sanctuary reminiscent of a Japanese temple. At its center stands a mysterious figure illuminated by cold blue light. Disturbing dolls with twisted faces seen in previous announcements block her path. The mood is amplified by a minimal but chilling soundtrack. The trailer also shows surreal locations, including an old Japanese house that the protagonist, Hinaka, seems to recognize with painful déjà vu. Bloodied school uniforms, ominous female whispers, and tense encounters with classmates heighten the sense of dread. Silent Hill F is set in 1960s Japan, marking the franchise's first entry to take place there. This cultural shift blends Japanese myths and folklore with classic Silent Hill psychological horror. It will be a standalone story for both newcomers and fans. The game is rated 16+, with warnings about body horror and psychological distress. Silent Hill F will release on September 25, 2025 for Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, and PC. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. The long-awaited sequel, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, will launch on October 21 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS. The story will revolve around two parallel realities. Daytime reality, players control Fair, an ancient vampire awakened in modern Seattle, where gameplay focuses on intrigue, diplomacy, and vampiric powers. Night reality, players embody Fabian, a Malkavian detective in 1920s Seattle, investigating strange and surreal events. The central task is to determine which reality is real, with the choice having dramatic consequences on the story and multiple endings. The latest trailer highlighted dynamic day-night transitions affecting gameplay opportunities, enhanced visuals with a neo-noir Seattle and an eerie 1920s atmosphere, highly detailed Seattle cityscapes. Developers promise non-linear storytelling and deep psychological horror. Kaiden. The Studio 5 column announced a new game called Kaiden, a cinematic action game inspired by Japanese folklore and drenched in nightmare fantasy atmosphere. Players will take on the role of the Seeker, a man balancing between life and death. After a pact with a mysterious messenger, he receives a second chance, along with a duty to cleanse the lands of Kaiguchi from yokai, twisted monsters that corrupt the world. The trailer shows dark locations with motifs of feudal Japan warped by cosmic horror. Battles promise to be bloody and brutal, and in addition to solo play, a multiplayer mode will be available. Kaiden is in development for PC and will be available on Steam. Valor Mortis. At the recent Gamescom presentation, the studio One More Level unexpectedly revealed its new project titled Valor Mortis. It is a single-player, first-person Souls-like set in an alternate version of Napoleonic Europe. The game promises a dark and brutal atmosphere. The main character, a French soldier named William, dies on the battlefield but miraculously returns to life. Along with him, however, comes a mysterious force called Oilglobin, a plague-like substance that corrodes everything. It turns his comrades into horrific mutants, but grants William the ability to wield the infection as a weapon. His goal is to stop Napoleon and reclaim his homeland, even if it means fighting an army of the dead. The game embraces brutality. Blood, rot, and mutilated corpses will haunt the player at every step. Enemies turn into grotesque zombies before your eyes, while William gains new abilities fueled by Oilglobin, including fiery attacks reminiscent of Igni magic from The Witcher. Valor Mortis will release in 2026 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Styx: Blades of Greed. The first gameplay trailer of Styx: Blades of Greed revealed a new, treacherous adventure for the goblin assassin. Styx and his crew set out to steal Amber, the source of his abilities, while being hunted by the ruthless Inquisition. The trailer confirmed upgraded stealth mechanics, offering expanded options for silent play. Styx now relies on cloning, invisibility, and a new ability, Mind Control, enabling short-term manipulation of enemies. The Goblin's arsenal has been expanded with innovative gadgets, a glider for silent movement, a grappling hook for rapid climbs, and more. Lords of the Fallen 2. The game's enigmatic slogan, "One world, two dimensions, and no mercy," clearly points to the return and evolution of the two-world mechanic, a hallmark of the original. In the sequel, the transition between Axiom, the land of the living, and Umbral, the land of the dead, will be even more dynamic and deeply integrated into exploration, puzzle solving, and combat. Tactical dimension shifting could become key to victory or survival. The show trailer lived up to these promises, presenting gothic aesthetics and a deeper dive into the mythology of its dual realities. According to CI Games, the sequel will feature more brutal combat with bloodier animations and a harsher world full of deadlier foes. A reimagining of core Souls-like mechanics, including progression, world exploration, and multiplayer systems. The first gameplay showcase is scheduled for this year, giving fans and critics a chance to see if the ambitious promises hold up. The full release is set for 2026 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. La Divina Commedia. Italian studio JAMA Games, known for their Souls-like Noria's Hall, announced its ambitious new project, the dark action RPG La Divina Commedia. The game is based on the epic Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. With its vivid depictions of hell, purgatory, and paradise, rich symbolism, and moral dilemmas, Dante's poem serves as a perfect foundation for a compelling Souls-like world. The game is set in a world where Dante's poems supplanted traditional beliefs and became a sacred text, ushering in a golden age of righteousness. But dark forces twisted its teachings, plunging the world into chaos, where sacred writings became tools of manipulation and the line between good and evil blurred. Players will assume the role of a warrior poet trapped in the depths of hell.
His mission to atone for his sins by descending through all 9 circles of the Inferno and battling increasingly powerful demonic entities. The developers promise the following key gameplay features. Unique mechanics for each weapon class. Choosing a weapon will not only be about damage, but also about playstyle, allowing players to experiment with different builds and find their perfect combat approach. Procedurally generated dungeons in the format of evacuations. This mechanic introduces roguelike elements. Players will explore ever-changing hellish labyrinths, gather valuable resources and equipment, and then successfully evacuate to preserve their loot. Each descent will be unpredictable, greatly enhancing replayability. A worldview system based on the concept of the 7 deadly sins. Player actions, dialogue choices, and completion methods for challenges can affect their sinful status. This may unlock new abilities, bring about curses, or alter NPC attitudes, adding depth to the role-playing system. Full customization of weapons and armor. This applies both to their stats and their visual aspect.
Players will be able to alter the appearance of their gear, creating a unique warrior poet image and optimizing builds for specific tasks, possibly with the help of demonic trophies or sacred relics. Special attention to animation quality. Animations are produced using an advanced motion capture system developed in collaboration with the studio behind the action title Phantom Blade Zero. High-quality animations will ensure maximum tactile feedback and make every encounter truly cinematic and intense. Resident Evil Requiem. At the Gamescom 2025 opening ceremony, Capcom unveiled the first gameplay footage of the highly anticipated project Resident Evil Requiem. Although the gameplay demonstration in the trailer was limited, the video provided a deeper look at the main heroine. The trailer begins with a dialogue between Grace Ashcroft, the game's protagonist, and her mother Alice, who appeared in one of the previous entries in the series, Resident Evil Outbreak. Alice expresses deep concern, urging her daughter to leave the dangerous building as quickly as possible. At this moment, the first-person gameplay is revealed. Grace and her mother move through a dark corridor, lighting the way only with their flashlights. This scene clearly emphasizes Capcom's focus on reviving the horror essence of the franchise. Suddenly, the heroines encounter a man who seems unaware of the danger. Shortly after, he is caught and strangled by a mysterious figure in a black cloak, strongly reminiscent of cultists from Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil Requiem is scheduled for release on February 27, 2026. The game will be available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X/S. Black Myth Zhong Kuei. At Gamescom 2025, Jeff Keighley officially announced Black Myth Zhong Kuei, a new project from Game Science, the studio behind Black Myth Wukong. The announcement was accompanied by a dark CGI trailer immersing viewers into ancient Chinese mythology. Black Myth Zhong Kuei is a single-player action RPG. Players will take on the role of Zhong Kuei, the legendary demon slayer. His mission will lead him across multiple realms, where he will face mystical beings and uncover ancient secrets. The project is still in early production, which explains the CGI trailer. The announcement took place on August 20, in line with Game Science's annual tradition. The choice to create a new IP reflects the studio's desire for new challenges and innovative mechanics. The future of Wukong is secure, with long-term development plans in place. The release date for Black Myth Zhong Kuei has not yet been announced. The game is coming to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.